My name is Michelle Delahunty. I'm a speech-language pathologist with a passion for working with parents. I love to show you how even though you're busy, even though you have a lot on the go in your lives, you can still totally work speech sound practice into your daily activities so that you can fully support your child in speech therapy. Now, over the past 25 years, I have worked in just about every clinical setting, from hospitals to community clinics to schools to private practice, and each setting has its own set of challenges when it comes to working with parents, finding the time to give homework that works, and getting that homework done. I have solutions for parents and SLPs that work. And it turns out it's not really hard. It just takes a little bit of education and some practice. And that is what Parent Speech Helpers provides. I've designed the Parent Speech Helpers program so that you will immediately get some effective tools to begin or to step up your home speech therapy practice. And by the time you complete this program, you will be creating opportunities for your child to practice without really giving it much thought at all. You'll be doing all your regular activities and providing a very high level of support for your child's speech therapy program. No more forgotten homework, no more struggling with your child to get them interested or engaged. Over the next few weeks, I will give you all the tools that I've developed in my 25-year career to build strong teams around the children I work with to make their speech therapy engaging, relevant, and most of all, maximally effective. In this intro video, I'm going to be talking about solutions and all the ways that parents can impact the success of speech therapy. But when I talk about speech homework with parents, I can sometimes bring up some pretty negative images. Does any of this look familiar to you? I will never set parents up for negative and stressful interactions with their kids or feel guilt about not being able to get homework done. Everything that I do empowers parents to get the homework done and enjoy the time that they're spending doing it. It really is possible. These videos here, that's what I'm talking about. This is what home speech practice looks like for families that have been through Parent Speech Helpers. So what is Parent Speech Helpers? It's a program for parents and caregivers of children that are receiving speech therapy for any type of speech sound disorder, basically unclear speech. The diagnosis could include articulation delay, phonological disorder, motor speech disorder, apraxia of speech, or dysarthria. Parent Speech Helpers is not a series of dry information videos. Yes, you will learn key concepts that are essential for you to know in order to be able to be effective in your speech therapy homework, but I will deliver that information in a way that helps you to process it and apply it immediately in your everyday life. I provide lots of real-world examples and videos, and I give you the exact action steps that you need to take to create fun practice opportunities every day with your child. But speech therapy home practice has to be done in a way that aligns with your child's SLP program. Your child is doing important work with their speech-language pathologist who has thoroughly assessed your child and has carefully developed a treatment plan. What parents need are the right tools to, number one, obtain the information they need to have about the speech therapy goals or targets and the techniques that work best with their child. Number two, a deep understanding of the targets and the process for learning them. And number three, parents need to know exactly how to take those recommendations from the speech-language pathologist and convert them into real-world practice opportunities for their child. And another really important element, number four, is that parents need to have a mechanism for getting their questions answered, for dealing with any difficulties that come up, for communication back and forth with their child's SLP. And we all need this communication to be as efficient as possible. It should not take a lot of time. It should be optimized so that we make the most of the time that we have, both the SLP and you guys as parents. So our tools will help you to optimize your communication with your child's SLP, to understand their home practice recommendations that they have for you, and use this information to exponentially increase practice opportunities in between sessions for your child. And the techniques that you learn in Parent Speech Helpers will increase the amount of practice you get done in between sessions by 400 or 500% or more. There are certainly lots of variables that can impact the rate of progress that your child can make in speech therapy, and many of these are beyond our control. But a significant variable that you can definitely influence is the amount and the quality of practice that you're able to provide for your child at home and in between the sessions. So parents who complete parent speech helpers provide many more practice opportunities for their children. And optimizing the rate of progress can reduce the likelihood that your child will experience some of the more lasting impacts of speech sound disorders. This is a heavy one, but it speaks to the very heart of why you have sought out speech therapy for your child. Children experience frustration when they are constantly in situations where their speech is not understood by others. And over time, this can impact their self-esteem and their social relationships. Children with speech sound disorders and delays have a higher risk of difficulties with reading and spelling later on. And for these reasons, it is essential that we take every measure possible to make speech therapy a priority. And optimizing home practice when a child is in speech therapy is a big part of this. The tools we give you will help you connect with your child's SLP to form a strong, supportive team around your child. As an SLP who's worked in a bunch of different settings, I know how little time there is for communication outside of the therapy sessions, and how challenging communication can be inside a therapy session. And that's why I've developed these systems of communication that do not require much extra time, but provide all the supports that parents need in order to effectively support speech therapy targets at home. When you take the Parent Speech Helpers program, you receive more than 6 hours of videos, interactive activities, and personalized action plans. We cover all of the important things that you need to know, like the steps for learning a speech sound, how to cue for accuracy, how to troubleshoot and avoid negative practice, how to give feedback that is helpful and in alignment with your parenting values, how to boost your child's motivation, how to keep them motivated, how to talk to your child about their speech when they're frustrated and when others don't understand, how to talk to other people about your child's speech. We have a supportive community of speech language pathologists and other parents who are going through the same journey on our Facebook group and our YouTube channels, where you can find lots of ideas and support along the way. And you receive this Parent Speech Helpers workbook absolutely free that contains all of the things that you need in order to plan your home practice, communicate with your child's SLP, get the information that you need, and keep you accountable along the way. No matter what the target is that your child is working on in speech therapy, you can keep track of where they are in that. You can get helpful information from your child's SLP about the cues and strategies that they're using for those targets. And you can plan activities that your child's SLP can give you some feedback on, so that you can practice at home and they know what you're doing and you can get lots of help and support that way. In addition, there is a section for communication back and forth in our SLP communication log where you can write notes back and forth. This is available to you. You can print it off or you can use it digitally and email it back and forth. The workbook is a great way to get your questions answered by your child's SLP. How many times do we leave a session where afterwards we think of all the things we wanted to ask or the things we wanted to bring up that we didn't get a chance to do because there wasn't time or we forgot? This communication book really helps with that. You can write it down, write down your questions, write down your comments throughout the week or throughout the time in between sessions, and your SLP will see them when they have the time to look through it and give you some feedback. I hope this intro video has been helpful for you to learn more about Parent Speech Helpers and to decide whether or not it is for you, something that could be beneficial to you and for your child's speech therapy. Let's just recap. The Parent Speech Helpers is for you if your child has been assessed by a speech language pathologist who has confirmed the presence of speech sound delay or disorder. If you haven't taken that step yet, we recommend that you go ahead, find a speech language pathologist who is licensed or registered in your area to complete that assessment. Parent Speech Helpers is for you if you've been given a home program or recommendations from your child's SLP to work on some speech sound targets. So this is the most common parent that has come to us for Parent Speech Helpers. They have already been asked by their child's SLP to practice S at the beginning of words, or words that end in T or D, or the F sound in the middle of words. So you already have a target. You've already been given things to do, but getting that done consistently, day in, day out, you're not feeling so good about it. You don't feel like you have enough guidance, or you don't feel you have enough time, or you don't feel you can keep your child's interest. So there's lots of reasons why. Any of those reasons we will help you with in the Parent Speech Helpers program. So if you have been given some sort of target to work on, this would be a great program for you. If you want to establish efficient and consistent communication with your child's SLP, so if time is of the essence, if you don't have a lot of time, you don't have a lot of face-to-face time with your SLP, this would be something that would really help you to establish and maintain great communication in a very time-efficient way. And if you want to learn as much as you can in order to help your child to develop in their speech sounds in a way that fits into your daily life, works with your child's interests and activities, and strengthens your connection. Those would all be the reasons why you would want to take the Parent Speech Helpers course. If all this sounds good to you, then go ahead and register for the course. You can check out some of the free preview of Module 1, where we learn all about the speech sounds, and you get even more of a flavor as to what we're going to do in Parent Speech Helpers. And if you have any questions at all, please get in touch and we can answer those questions for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Parent Speech Helpers.